Family, so it is about 3 o'clock in the morning, actually probably about 3:30. My shift is ending. I am going to go wake up my husband because I'm actually getting really tired. I just finished signing in a bunch of water trucks at our flowback site, so I'm gonna pretty much get ready and head to bed, but I gotta get him up first. Let's go wake him up. So the doors are closed because this is going to help keep all the sound out of the bedroom, along with the noise machine and the little curtain that goes across. I think you call it a curtain anyway. So we're going to go get him up and say good morning. But first, I got to make sure there's not a truck coming through. Nope. Alright guys, let's go in and wake him up.
Good morning.
Light's a little bright for you.
Too early.
So now that we've woken him up, I will go to bed and we will show you what our day is like being a gate guard.
Good morning, TDD family. So I'm finally awake, getting my day started, and Christine just went to sleep. But generally about this time, we're just checking in and out water trucks. Not too much to that. They all tend to come in at the same time, so we'll have 5 come in, and then they'll be here for about a half an hour, and then the 5 will leave. So really not too much happening right now until about 6 o'clock in the morning. Shift changes is generally about 6 a.m., 6 p.m. So it's about 5 o'clock now, and still nobody's came by in the last 2 hours. It is pretty chilly out here, at least at night. It's supposed to be 32 tomorrow, and that's for San Antonio area. That's pretty cold, at least as far as we know.
Good morning, TDD family. So this week we're going to be moving down the road to a different location. Every now and then, when the frac gets finished off in one location, we follow them along to the next location. It's only like a 5-minute drive down the road each and every time, so it's not too much of a move. But we wanted to be able to show you our setup, how the gate guard company we work for provides electric, water, and sewer hookups. So I'm going to take you around and show you how the equipment looks that they provide. So we're provided with a 500-gallon non-potable water tank that they come and fill through the security company, along with a generator and a light post. Towards the back we have our black tank unit. So our connections for the black water tank are connected with a macerator, and a line goes across to the black tank over there. Somebody will come by and empty it out every couple of weeks. Now the light fixture, it's really bright and it works very well, but that's a little too well for us. What happens is we get a lot of moths and insects and stuff like that if we put it on, and we just don't want to have to deal with that walking outside every day. So we have our smaller lighting fixture that we got from Home Depot, and you know what, that's more than enough light for us. It doesn't attract as many insects, and it makes it a little just more tolerable to go outside at night and not have everything flying on you and following you inside. We're gonna have Chris coming out here to pick up our generator and our black water tank and tow it over to the next site. We're gonna go take a look at the next site ourselves to see kind of, you know, where we're supposed to park, what the setup's like, and the most comfortable way for us to be positioned there.
All right guys, we're gonna do to get the RV hitched up to our truck. We're gonna go from there. It is loud out, I do apologize, but let's see what happens.
TDD family.
You guys are having a good day today. Today we're going to be covering part 2 of our 3-part series, The Comprehensive Guide to Gate Guarding, Everything You Need to Know. If you haven't seen part 1, we're going to link that right up here for you. So click on that and head over and check that one out first.
Okay, so I'm sure the first thing you want to know about is where are you going to stay while you're waiting for a gate? And it was a real benefit for us to know that we didn't have to worry about finding an RV park while we were waiting for our gate to start up.
or worry about boondocking.
So that made a big difference. The security companies actually provide a waiting yard with full hookups. Now, I'm not sure if all of them do it, but I know the two that we've worked for both had full hookups. So it's really convenient in between jobs to have a place to go where you know you can plug in.
It's also nice to be in a place where we feel safe. The next thing we're going to cover is how long you're going to have to wait for a gate. It does vary by gate and by company, but don't worry about it. We were really worried when we first started doing this and we got into it, and we're pretty much worried every single time because of what we're going through and what we're doing with it, but we've never had to wait personally for more than a few days for a gate. The average time, I believe, is about a week, but that's still not too bad. For us, we like to be working, so don't worry about it. You'll be okay.
Yeah, and for our last gate, when we just got off the gate in West Texas,
That was such a disaster too. We were so worried.
We only had to wait 2 days to get on a new gate, so really it wasn't a big deal.
No.
If you want to work, they have work.
Yeah. And remember, you can work for more than one company. So if you're working for one company, but the other company has a gate that you can take, you can do that too.
We were a little worried about waiting for a gate, but also we were worried about how long the gates would last. During the busy season, you're going to have gates that could last months. During the slow season, that's when it's going to be a little sporadic. During the busy season, slow season is generally October through February, but that can change year to year, but it generally stays within the same time frame. It just might be a shorter time or just about the same time. Busy season, you're looking at March through September. Of course, those are going to be the warmer months.
You'll have more work then. Most people don't want to stay down here in the Texas heat, which we'll get to in a little bit, so they tend to head out, so there's more work available. We actually got really lucky with our gate that went through the entire summer, and then we weren't really sure when the slow season came until we found out that they were shutting down a bunch of gates. At the time of year, October through, when was it again?
October through February.
And October through February is when they start shutting gates down, revenue's getting low. So just keep in mind that at that time of year, you'll have a harder time finding a gate. All the snowbirds come down too, so there's a lot of people that are wanting gates at that time as well, because it's cooler, it's more manageable. But either way, just keep your eyes and ears out for it and you'll have work.
Morning, fellow RVers. Hope your day is off to a great start. As you can see, it's a little sunny and a little cloudy, but we are down here in San Antonio, Texas.
Yep, we are currently working on getting a position in gate guarding. We're waiting for a gate. We're actually in a waiting area right now.
Or a yard, as they call them.
A waiting yard.
This doesn't even feel like a yard, though.
No, it's very nice. And we got a lot of animals around us, and
Sure, you can hear
it's
the
really nicely
birds.
set up.
Yeah.
But we're waiting for a gate now. We initially went to, we've been to West Texas.
Midland. Midland was nice, but it's really industrial. I mean, it's still Texas. It's still, you know, nice. But I mean, we were in a general yard. We were in a gravel yard waiting with 3 other couples that were waiting for gates as well. They didn't really have anything for us. We went there under the impression, hey, you're gonna have work a couple days after. So
it wasn't as busy as we thought it would be. They asked us if we wanted to go out to Carthage to do a gate there.
which is East Texas, which is something they don't really have a lot of stuff out there, but they have some out there which goes from East Texas to Louisiana.
So the area we were in, it was rough getting in with the RV. We'll show you a couple
Lord.
of pictures. We didn't feel comfortable staying there. We were there for a couple of days. It was muddy,
Rainy,
mucky.
and really cold.
Yeah, it got down to about 30s at night.
And it was just rainy, miserable, cold.
And the area was, another thing we didn't like about the area was that it was prone to flood. And that would have landlocked us into the area we were gate guarding. So we decided that it wasn't the best bet for us. We decided to move on to southern Texas.
Yep. The thing about it is even while we were there in the 3 days, the water level was rising. Where we were parked was up a little bit on a hill, so we were at least a little safer, but not where we wanted to be.
No.
The road was actually washing away. It was so bad.
We have to tow our home behind us, and we didn't want to end up getting stuck in that spot. You know,
Waiting for it to unflood.
It was
Yeah.
a 30-day position, but it's not worth losing our home
No.
or damaging our home in the process of getting in or out. So we decided to just leave that area. But now we're in a very nice yard. We're waiting for a position. They initially did have a gate for us, but we weren't able to get here on time.
Right.
So we are waiting for another gate to open.
Which will be fine, because out here, from what we've been hearing from some other people that have been here, they've been doing it for, what, 7-8 years? They've been doing it for about 7 to 8 years. They say out here it's generally warmer, drier, and yeah, I'm a lot happier. I feel more.
Hope you guys are having a great day today.
We've been full-time RVing for over a year now, and we've been gate guarding for about 6 months. So there's quite a few ways to budget for full-time RV travel.
Our way of budgeting may not work for you guys, but we're going to show you kind of what we do. We try to stay on the lower end of the budget just because that's what works for us.
We wanted to be able to share that with you and give you an idea of what you need to budget for a month worth of RV travel. Now, I know there's many different people that say many different things about what their budget is and whatnot. And to us, some of those budgets are kind of on a high end. We're used to living on a
lower end budget.
We're used to living on less money.
Yes,
we're used to living on minimum wage and just, you know, making it with bills and whatever we needed to do to get by. So we've learned to live on a pretty tight budget. We wanted to be able to share with you what we do, especially if you're not making a whole lot of money. Could you live this lifestyle? Could you go out and start full-time RVing? You know, that was a question we had. When we heard some of the numbers that people spent while they were full-time RVing, it seemed astronomical to us. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it seemed almost impossible. Like, how are we going to do this with what we're making, with the jobs that we have? Can we do this? Is it plausible? In the end, yes, it was. Here we are doing it. So we're going to kind of give you a rundown of the few things that we do for our budget, and maybe you can take away from that and use it for yourself. So let's get to it.
We are going to break this down for you. Some of them are going to be monthly, some of them we're going to offer you yearly totals. But at the end of all this, we want to be able to give you a pretty good idea of what you need to spend while you're on the road and what you're looking at spending when you stop for a while and you're just staying in one state for a little bit.
Yeah.
Or like us, we've been gate guarding for a while, so we took that into consideration too.
Yeah, we're more stationary with that, so that kind of changes things a little bit when you're in one place.
Okay, we're starting off with tolls. So with tolls, when we left New York, we ended up spending probably the most we've spent in any state.
Yeah, at least for tolls.
We've spent $63.70 leaving New York State. And in Florida, we had $32.25 in tolls.
Which wasn't too bad. It's mostly in Orlando area anyway.
Yeah, we didn't get hit too much around the rest of Florida. In Texas, we spent $18.75 in tolls.
Which is the cheapest that we found in tolls.
And that's only while we were gate guarding, if we went to town or did something specific where we were passing by a toll.
Or going from gate to gate, which is a lot of that too, so.
Our total for the year came out to $114.70. That comes out to a average of $9.56 a month, which wasn't really much.
No, not at all. So the next thing we're going to talk about is gas. When we were traveling around the states, going up to South Dakota, back down to Kentucky, to Texas, Florida, etc., we set aside $200 a month, and we generally spent about that. Once we were settled down in a place for a little bit, like gate guarding or the time we were in Florida, our budget actually dropped to $100 a month, and we spent about that or less. So we've tried to keep that kind of on the minimum. Here at gate guarding, it's actually been a little less, which is, you know, been really great. The only time we really go anywhere is when we have our day off or we go to the store.
So the third thing on our list is our truck and RV payment. We did have to take out a loan on the truck and the RV, but we try to keep it to a minimum. So on our truck, we're paying $432.08 a month. And on the RV, we're paying $197.93 a month. That totals out to $630.01.
Actually, to the T.
Yeah. So that's what we pay per month for our truck and RV loan.
The next thing on our list is something that we all have to deal with, and that is insurance. Our yearly expenses are $2,900. Break that down, you're looking at $242 a month. It's harder than we want, but you know, sometimes that's just how it is. So we're working on getting that down, but right now that's what we have for insurance.
So the fifth thing on our list is phone and internet. Now we have 2 lines with Verizon, both prepaid,
On a family plan,
and we pay $60 a month for that plan.
not too bad at all. Each line has 6 gigs, so that's 12 total for the both of us.
We also have a hotspot. We pay $60 a month for our AT&T hotspot, but the plan we go through makes that truly unlimited, no caps, no throttling. It works perfect for us for everything else we have to do.
We use it for streaming, updating, phones, everything, and there's literally no caps. The first day we got it, we updated all of our systems like Xbox and our computers, etc. And we literally hit what, 300 and some odd gigs,
300,
400 gigs.